Hello everyone, I am one of our from Strange Features, and today we are doing Evoland 2. If you're not following along, you should go watch the first video, Evoland 2, in the beginning. The morning comes and we still need more money to depart the town. So Sasha decides to work as a maid today. She goes to the house to meet the lady of the house, and she is horrified by her clothing. The lady of her house makes her change into a maid's outfit. The lady then shoos Sasha off, telling her to give her husband some tea and not to give him any whiskey. Sasha hurries over to the husband, tea in hand, and he asks her for our whiskey that hasn't even been opened yet. Between being yelled at by the lady and forced to wear a maid's outfit, she goes ahead and gives him the whiskey in revenge. He then chugs the whiskey and passes straight out. The lady of the house is thrilled that her husband passed out. She then tells Sasha the reason she hired her was not to clean house, but to go and gossip. The real work of a maid. Here's the problem. Her husband has won multiple times at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And now there's gossip going around that the game is rigged. So, not to tarnish their good name, of course, she wants Sasha to go around and spread gossip about how the game isn't rigged and how she knows people that have won. While she's traveling around town spreading gossip, she enters the inn and this man there says, "Oh my lady, I have been dreaming about you and finally my angel has appeared," in the maid outfit, of course. So he gives Sasha a piece of licked candy. Ew. After the day of traveling around and gossiping, she returns home and the lady pays her, of course. Sasha also talks to the daughter, who says she would really like some of her favorite candy, which happens to be the candy that is licked. But Sasha gives it to her anyways, and the girl moves aside from the chest that revealed her father's greatest treasure, a lucky charm. Sasha came back exhausted and we all just settled into bed for the night. The next morning, we paid Mr. Mudwell the last 150 gold, and he gave us the other key to the sewer that goes outside of town. Mr. Mudwell also gave me a loyalty badge for being such a good customer. So as far as we know, it's useless. So we packed up, left town, and went into the sewers. We unlocked the last door and found a Mario coin box. I kid you not. Considering we are broke, we went ahead and tapped that baby. And then continued on our merry little way. A little bit later, we saw a chest with a note saying, "Mr. Mudwell's treasure, do not touch." So we smiled and took back all of our gold, except the 150. Shortly later, we arrived outside of town and Sasha began harassing me about what to do next. I told her that I wanted to follow Tellus, and she shot me down. Girls. She decided that we needed to find another megalith, and Tellus said there's one right above his camp. Yay! So we get to follow Tellus anyways. The biggest problem were the soldiers on the bridge not wanting to let us cross. While trying to figure out what to do, we noticed a boulder sitting on top of a cliff, and I asked Tellus if he could knock it down for us. He said, sure. He did a marvelous job, and the soldiers scattered like flies, and we went across the bridge before this rock hit the ground. The only problem is now that the boulder is blocking the bridge. I looked at it for a second, and then decided to worry about it later. And we continued north and ended up in the haunted forest. Ooh. Sasha was not happy. She doesn't like ghosts. Tellus tried to assure her that there's no such thing as ghosts. And then the ghost came out creepily and laughing, told us that they wouldn't let us through their forest. Yay. Tellus suggests finding another way. There is no other way. I looked on the map. There is no other way. We ended up fighting zombies and slimes and ghosts. Oh my. After fighting a few ghosts, we found their boss. He wasn't a ghost. The boss says that we can't leave the forest till we find all of his ghost friends. We circled around this forest what felt like for hours, just so lost. we did eventually find them all, and we went back to the boss. He was shocked. He was also sad because we drove his ghost friends away. I feel kind of bad about that. We left the awful place and headed up to the demon camp, because that's much better. Tellus received a warm homecoming, and we humans did not. We were tolerated because of Tellus. Can't really say I blame them. We wandered around town and poked our nose into places that it wasn't wanted. Why, Tellus caught up with his father and saw his son. Yay! Young Reno was introduced to us as Tellus' son, a cute little devil. Oh, or demon, literally. We then talked to some more of the locals, found the armor shop, and spent some gold. After all that, we headed up north to find the Megalith, because we wanted to go back to our own time. At the Megalith, Sasha said it needed to be activated, which confused Tellus, because he's not actually done time traveling. The world began to rumble. Reno ran scared up to his dad and said the camp is being destroyed, followed up by a sorcerer named Q Magnus. He told Tellus that they followed him all the way to camp. Ouch. Oh yeah, and now it's time to die. Tellus told Reno to run. Magnus shot off some magic, which hit and destroyed the Megalith. It absorbed his magic. Suddenly, Sasha, Tellus, and I were sucked into a wormhole. I woke up to Sasha insulting me, and then she made the comment about feeling full of volume. She compared it to eating too much chocolate. I know that feeling. Tellus woke up very confused. He was wondering about the sorcerer and his son, as Sasha tried to calm him down by explaining how they were now in the future. Good luck, girlie. Tellus refuses to believe it and ran off. There is a giant statue of a human who vanquished the demons. That's gotta sting. Poor Tellus. Sasha tries to comfort Tellus the best she can, but for like most people, time travel is actually hard to wrap one's brain around. Of course, like most people, Tellus also has many questions that we can't answer. Sasha says all we can do is move forward, like Alex does. Maybe we can find some of the answers. We moved down the bluff and found this flirtatious witch named Bibi. By looking at her, she's obviously fortune teller Baba and Masters Roshi's long-lost cousin. In exchange for some of the mana we collected in our travel, she offered to wake up my companion's powers. Pretty much, she gave him a power boost. No, she asked for some gummy bears, which happens to be goop we've also found on our travels, and exchanges it for health potions. How nice. We walk back into the haunted forest, which now belongs to a pack of bandits/thieves. I don't know which way you want to call them. So we are told if we want to talk to his boss, he's in this lair, which is full of booby traps. So I tucked down my fear and proceeded into the dungeon. In there, I got to hug my favorite things, spikes, fight people in full metal armor. We also got to fight a giant slime. Our reward for defeating him was a strange gem. From the size and shape of it, I think it went into a big door that I saw at the entrance, but I'll need another one. I ran around in circles trying to find the other strange gem, and I started thinking that I might have missed something outside. I went back out, and we left the haunted forest and went down to that bridge where we had knocked that big rock off, and it was still there. Some bandits were telling us that only their boss could move it. So we went back up, tried the lair again, and started going in circles. Eventually, we were too tired and called it a night. That's why we're stopping this episode. So, if you like this video or don't like it, leave a comment, let us know. Don't forget to follow Strange Feature YouTube. Don't forget to follow one of ours Twitch channel. Alright everybody, have a fabulous day. Bye bye.